What's up, guys? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K. They just released all the lists for ATC 2024 in Tennessee, and there are 11 Space Wolf lists out of the 59 teams. So I'm going to go through and look at them all and give my thoughts on them and what I think of the list that everybody is running. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one. All right, so the first one we have here is, make sure this is showing on, yes, is Matt Aimit. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Let's see if I can get this full screen. There we go. So not only are him and I going to have to be fighting for best Space Wolves against each other, we're going to have to be fighting for best Matthew. So we'll see how that goes. He is running Space Wolves. He comes in at 1995. He has Hunter's Instincts on the Battle Leader, Fear of Storm on the Wolf Lord, and Portents of Wisdom on a Wolf Lord. So he's going to be running Stormlance, just like me. He's running Buron. I thought about sticking Buron on my list, but I didn't. So Buron is really strong right now. He's got Herald. He's got Logan on foot. He's got three battle leaders on Thunderwolf, and 2 Wolf Lords. So I'm just doing Herald on a battle leader, going to run with a Thunderwolf squad, and then a Lord with a battle leader in each of the others. 1 Inceptor squad, Plasma Exterminators, like that. Infiltrators, Scouts, 3 squads of Thunderwolves, and then a squad of Wolfen. Very standard Wolf Jail list. Only slightly different from mine. He's got Bjorn and then Logan on foot and Herald, whereas I have Logan in the sled. This list should do really well. He's got some Scouts and Infiltrators to do actions and stuff. If you watch some of my other videos, I'm not big on Wolfen, but it's just 1 squad. It's a big one, though, so he's probably just going to use them as a grenade for the most part. Solid list. I don't have a lot to pick at in it. I think it should probably do fairly well. Well, if my list does well, this should, hopefully Wolves still do well, but I'm thinking this should be a fairly solid list. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. I wish it would let me just switch between. Maybe it does, but I don't know how to. So I'm just pulling them up as we go. So this next one is Jeffrey Benedict, playing on teams Release the Hogs of War. He's running COR. Oh, like to see that. That's our first COR detachment. Doesn't look like he's running any enhancements. He's got a Lieutenant with Power Fist, Logan on Storm Rider, and Ragnar. So only 3 characters in a Champions of Russ. That's going to make it hard to achieve sagas. So that's my first nitpick with this list is I think it should have some more characters in it. But so we got a 10-man Assault Intercessor squad. Not a huge fan of that personally. I'd say run 2 5s. You get more versatility out of them. But all right, so he's running 10-man. Ballistus Dreadnought, 2 Ballistuses, 2 Gladiators. All right, so he's going shooty. All right, so let's take a look at this. So he's got a Hellblaster squad, 2 6-man Thunderwolves, Vanguard Vets. Oh, I hate Vanguard Vets. And then a big Wolfen squad. Not a huge fan of this list. It's about 50-50 between combat and shooting. Vanguard Vets, I think, would be better off as Assault Jump Intercessors. And save yourself 25 points to do something else with. I think you do so much better with 180 in Wolfen. And I think you cut this down to 1 squad, 5-man, that saves you 75 points. With this 25, that gives you 100. Now you take a 5-man Infiltrator squad. So I just think Champions of Rush, you need more characters in this. So we'll see if Jeffrey proves to be wrong, but not so far a huge fan of that list. All right, so then the next one we're going to look at will be, let's pull up the next one. This is James Curts from Battle Ready Gaming. So 1995, he's running Stormlance. So Stormlance, love Stormlance. Canis, Herald Deathwolf, a lieutenant with a combi weapon. That's the little lone op guy. So he's real nice. He's a real good utility piece. I like that. Logan on Stormrider, Murder Fang. All right, there's our first Murder Fang sighting. Battle Leader on Thunderwolf, Battle Leader on Thunderwolf, Battle Leader on Thunderwolf, Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. All right, so one of them, and then that'll go with Logan, and then the other one's going to run. I wonder if he's running Canis alone, because Canis and the Battle Leader can't join the same unit, because Canis isn't a captain or lord or a chapter master, doesn't have the right keywords. So anyone who knows James, I guess let him know that. Maybe he does, because Canis still is solid on his own if you're just running him as a. Well, or maybe because he can't run Logan alone. Logan's got to have a battle leader with him. So this might be something where he just missed that, or he could be running Canis alone. Not sure, but Canis cannot join a battle leader, or a battle leader can't join Canis in a Thunderwolf squad. Inceptors, 11 Inceptors, Scouts, 3 Thunderwolves, Whirlwind, and Assassin Calidus. All right, so Calidus is really good right now. A little indirect on your backfield since he doesn't have infiltrators is solid. There's not a lot in this list. You got Canis and Herald. I wonder if he's running them. Well, maybe Herald's with battle leader. Canis is on his own. All right. Or Herald's on his own, or maybe Canis and Herald are both of them. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing with this, but perhaps he's using them as these two as more of just like, or at least one of them as like a just on its own piece to do actions and kill stuff, take out little screens. Murderfang, I'll have a little difficulty keeping up with the wolves, but as a second wave, if the wolves are eating up all the shooting because they're in your face, Murderfang comes in, he might be able to start cleaning up. Doesn't have as many units as I'd like to be doing actions and stuff, just 1 Inceptor, 1 Scout, and maybe the Calidus. And maybe he's using little lone characters for that. So that'd be my only. Oh, and he's got the lieutenant here, so he's fine on that. Actually, let me take that back. So he should be fine with that. I actually really like this list. We'll see how this does. This actually, as long as he's not trying to join Canis with the battle leader, as long as it's, I believe Herald might have the right keywords. So as long as that's not happening, I think this list is actually kind of nice. So I'd actually like to see what ends up happening with that list. So this is a real interesting list. I'm interested to see how James does with it. Very interesting. All right, and then we'll roll into the next one. Oh, wrong thing. Not sharing. Present. I know how to work this app. All right, the next list we have is Jonah Burden. I Fake Every Phantasm. That's a good team name. 1970. He's only running 1970. That's interesting because a squad of Fenrisians is 30 points. Why not just throw them in? I know they don't do much, but it's better than leaving the points out. So that would be my first thing to say there. Terminator Captain has Wolftail Talisman. Battle Leader has Black Death. He is running Champions of Russ. And in that case, Fenrisian Wolves are real great because if you get the +1 OC, now they can start doing stuff. Buron's great. Captain of Terminator Armor. They're solid. Lieutenant, Logan on Stormrider. Ragnar. 2 battle leaders on Thunderwolf and a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. So I'm assuming he has 2 Thunderwolf squads. Assault Intercessors. Intercessor. All right, so you have 2 Assault Intercessors and an Intercessor. That's okay, I guess. Blade Guard 180, Vendread, Terminator Squad for the Captain, and 2 Thunderwolf squads. All right, I personally would maybe turn the intercessors into a scout squad. That gives you 15 points, and turn these into the jump pack intercessor squads. I think that would just change the efficiency of this list a lot. I never like leaving home without infiltrators. There's just too much deep strike in the game right now. So maybe you'd cut the Vendread, take the infiltrators there, and that gives you 60 points with the 5 points we had left from over there to do something with. Oh, no, that leaves you 90 points because you're missing 30 up here. So you definitely do something nice with 90. Take a third jump pack squad or some bikes, or what else can you do with? I can't remember what else is 90 points off the top of my head, but a few things I would tweak in this, but not a horrible list overall. This might be a situation of that's just the models he has. But we'll see how that does. I'd say off the top of my head, it's not one of the stronger lists so far, but it's not horrible. All right. Yeah, as I was saying, is you've got 30 points left over in Space Wolves. Why not just take? And in Champions of Russ, if you get the right saga up, now all of a sudden they're 1 OC, and now they're really, really doing stuff. But maybe he doesn't own any. Didn't want to have to buy some and paint them before the event. Who knows? Next up, we got Jonathan Dorsey. So Black Death, Frost Weapon, so he's running Champions of Russ. He listed all the sagas and stuff here. All right, so we got Buron again, Librarian and Phobos Armor. If that's running with an Infiltrator squad, I really love it. Another Lieutenant with Combi Weapon. That's just a really good utility guy. I think about putting him in most of my lists, but I normally end up dropping him for something else, but I do not hate that at all. Logan on Storm Rider, Wolf Lord, Wolf Lord. No battle leaders here, but 3 Wolf Lords. So they don't have the lethal hits or the move when you're shot, which I really think they'll miss, especially in Champions of Rust where they don't all have advance and charge. But heavy intercessors. I would personally turn one of them into an infiltrator. Oh no, he's got infiltrators here. So he's got 2 heavy intercessors and an infiltrator squad. All right, so that's a lot of points there. Then 3 Thunderwolf squads, 2 Wolfen squads. Personally, I'd cut a Wolfen squad, and I'd cut one of the where'd they go? Heavy intercessors. That gives you 280, 80, 160, and you could take 3. That gives you 3 battle leaders to go into Thunderwolf squads. I think they're only like 80 points. So there's a few things I would change here. So not super optimal list, in my personal opinion, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know everything. He could prove me completely wrong, but that's just my thought off the top of my head. So that's Jonathan Dorsey. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lists left. All right, so let's jump into the next one. All right, so right here we've got Jamus Thane. Cornfield Carnage. That's a cool team name. Hunter's Instincts. All right, so this is another Stormlance, so already liking it. Bjorn, Wolfguard Battle Leader, Wolf Lord. All right, so seen a couple Bjorn and Stormlances. I didn't personally do it just because I thought the speed might be a thing, but we'll see if they prove me wrong. Impulsors, 2 of them. Assault Intercessor, Assault Intercessor, Assault Intercessor. Oh, sorry, 3 with jump packs. All right, I really like that. I almost ran 3. I had them in a list. I'd end up dropping 1 last minute, but I'm still running 2. Lancers, like that. Hellblasters, 5-man. 5-man. All right, so 2 Hellblaster squads, Infiltrators, Scout, and then 2 Thunderwolf Cavalry squads. So we got 2 Thunderwolf Cavalry. Oh, I was going slow. Sorry, my computer's being weird. So we got only 1 battle leader, and then 1 Wolf Lord with the Thunderwolf squads. That's fine. I actually kind of like this list. We'll see how the Hellblasters do. Sorry, my computer's scrolling weird. Stop that. Yeah, so 2 Thunderwolves instead of the 3 like some people are running, but I still think 2 is fine depending on how you support it. So got the Infiltrators, got the Lancers, got a bunch of Jump Intercessors. What's going in the Impulsors? The Hellblasters. The 2 Hellblasters going in the Impulsors. All right, actually, I kind of like that. Drop them off, they shoot. Impulsors can run back, do actions, and do stuff. So we'll see how it does, but I actually really like Jamus's list. This is, I think it has all the tools to do everything you need. Yeah, so Jamus, really nice list here. I don't really have much to pick at in that list. So then next list, let's go into the next one. All right, here we got Nick Insulatos. Sorry, that's a tough one to pronounce. So we got another Stormlance. Looks like I got a Captain on foot, Logan on foot, Ragnar on foot. 1, 2, 3 battle leaders and 1 Wolf Lord. Okay, we'll see what he's doing with that Captain. Regular Assault Intercessors, regular Assault Intercessors. I'm guessing the Captain and Ragnar are running with the regular Assault Intercessors. Okay. We got a Rhino. 1, 2, 3 Assault Intercessors jump packs like that. 2 units of Fenrisian Wolves, Infiltrator Squad, Scout Squad, Scout Squad, 3 Thunderwolf. All right, so we got 3 Thunderwolves. One's going to have Lord Battle Leader, and 2 are just going to have Battle Leaders. That's fine, so they get the lethal hits and the free move. They don't get the cheap strat or the +1 advance and charge from the Battle Leader. I'm guessing he's running Logan on foot. Captain and Ragnar with the Assault Intercessors, I'm not sold on. I like the rest of the list. And then a Rhino. What's even going in the Rhino? I guess I can put a Scout Squad in the Rhino? Because Infiltrators can't get in the Rhino. Assault Intercessors can't get in the Rhino. It's about a Rhino for Scouts? Yeah, so I'm not sure what he's doing here. I'd definitely drop the Rhino because the only thing that can go in it is Scouts. Assault Intercessors and Ragnar and Foot Logan. And the Captain, I'd turn that into Logan on a sled right here. And then you got 90, 150. So that's 240. 365 to do other stuff with that possibly fits in better with the Stormlance. So, yeah, not a big fan of this list. Not exactly sure what he's doing. Why you take a Rhino just for Scouts, because you have to start something in it. Scouts really are best when you're infiltrating them and stuff. So, I don't know. All right, then a couple more lists to get through. All right, next up we got Clark Welch. Oh, I know Clark. I've known Clark for years. Let's see what Clark comes up with. He's normally got something interesting. All right, he's running Gladius. This is the first Gladius we've seen. Everything else has been Champions of Rust and Stormlance. Chaplain and Terminator armor. Lieutenant with combi weapon. Like that piece. Battle Leader and Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. Fire Strike servo turrets. 3 of those. God, I hate those things. They're so slow. You can't. What are you doing with those, Clark? Clark's normally kind of like a mad genius, so I'm sure he's got some sort of plan with those, but to me, that's a waste of 225 points. Infiltrator's good. Predators, 3 Predators. I like the Predators. He took the Destructors with the autocannons. Those are solid. Skyclaws. I'd just take the jump pack intercessors personally, save 10 points off each. They kind of do the same, unless you're really trying to get these to do extra damage with the melt the guns, then I guess okay, pay the extra 10 points. One Thunderwolf squad, Vanguard Vet, Wolfguard Terminators. I hate Vanguard Vets. Their weapons are so horrible right now. I just take Jump Assault Intercessors here instead. That saves you 50 points. You don't really lose that much. And then you can, and I definitely would get. All right, we'll see what this Clark normally does well. So I'm not going to talk too much crap on the list, but I don't personally really understand it. Don't see why you have the Fire Strike turrets, and I hate Vanguard Vets. So we'll see what Clark's up to, but I'm not really sold on this. All right, got a couple more. Let's keep rolling through them. All right, next up. Oh, this is my list. I did a whole video on this list. So I'm running Stormlance, Canis, Logan, Wolflord. Logan and Wolflord both have a battle leader with them. 2 jump pack intercessor squads, 2 lancers, 1 inceptor, 2 infiltrator, 1 scout, 3 thunderwolf. Pretty simple. I got to it into that a lot more in depth in my video. So far, personally, this is the best wolf list I've seen. I haven't seen anything that I thought, wow, that's better than me. I've seen a couple that I thought were solid, maybe could be close to my list, but I think mine is the better list. Now, whether they're better players and do better with their list than I do, that's possible, but I think so far my list is my favorite list that I've seen. And that's not just because I wrote it, but that's just because of the way I see the game and what my thoughts on. But we'll see how everybody does at the event and see if I've been proven right or wrong. So we got another Champions of Rust with Dustin Buron, Buron, Harold, Lieutenant with Comedy Weapon. We've seen a lot of those in Wolves. He's just, for 70 points, he's a pretty solid piece. Foot Logan, Murder Fang, 2 battle leaders on Wolf and Wolf Lord. So at Intercessor Squad, 80 points. 2 Jump Pack Intercessor Squads, 2 Lancers, 1 Infiltrator, 1 Scout, 2 Thunderwolf. All right, Thunderwolf's fine. Scouts, Infiltrators, Lancers, Assault Intercessors, Wolf Lord, Bjorn. I guess Logan's going to be by himself, which a lot of people are doing. I don't know. I don't like doing that. I like just having him in the unit, but Bjorn's Bjorn. Intercessors, I guess you want the sticky objective back there, but I'd rather just find the 20 points and make them. No, he's already got an Infiltrator squad. So that's fine. He can sticky something else. Yeah, I don't love Intercessors, but I think in this list that they're fine. Yeah, this is a good list. I think this is a solid list. I don't really have much to nitpick here. So yeah, Dustin, I think, has a very solid list. All right. And next up, we've got, I think there's only 2 left. Oh, no, that's not a list. All right, so there's apparently only 1 left. One list left. I can speak. All right. All right, so here we got Gary Frank. He's actually, from what I've seen, the highest ITC ranked Space Wolf player coming to the event, unless I missed somebody, but just glancing at the names I saw and the rankings. So let's see what Gary has. He's got the Stormlance, he's got Harold, Logan on Storm Rider, Battle Leader, Wolf Lord. Yeah, nothing bad there. Jump Intercessors, Infiltrator Squad, Scout Squad, 2 Scout Squads, Thunderwolf, Wolfen. All right, so he's still sticking to the old version with 25 Wolfen and 18 Thunderwolves. So this list went up and I wonder if this used to be 10 Wolfen, and that's where he found most of the points, because you lost 60 here. So that's another 30. So maybe that's where he found most of his points, is just cutting the third squad down. I think 0 CP is a bigger hindrance now than it used to be. But he's been doing fairly well with it. So he just tweaked the list he's probably been playing for a little while and having success with. And he's been doing well with Wolfen. So as much as I personally don't like them, he's been one of the people that's been showing that they work. So we'll see how they do in the new Pariah Nexus meta with all the points changes and mission changes. So Gary's list is probably, depending on how the Wolfen do, if the Wolfen do well, then his list is probably slightly better than mine. If the Wolfen are kind of how I feel they are, not as good as they were, then I think my list will be slightly better. But Gary's a really experienced Space Wolf player from what I see. So I have a feeling he will be one of the biggest contenders for Best Space Wolf. I'm not sure if they're actually doing Best Space Wolf or just Best Adepts as Astartes. I think they did that the last couple of years. They used to break it down a little more at most events. Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves. If you had your own Codex or Index, you could get your own faction trophy, which would be cool. Otherwise, we're fighting with Templars, Ultramarines, Blood Angels. There's a lot more people to fight for Best in Faction. And I think a couple of them, especially Blood Angels, are slightly better place rules-wise than we are. But I don't think Wolves are in a bad spot at all. I actually really like where Wolves are. But that's it. So we got 11 lists. So 11 of us fighting for Best Space Wolves. There was 2 teams that didn't have full players listed. So it's possible we get another 2 Wolf players added. Or it's possible those teams dropped if they didn't get enough players. We'll see how that goes. Right now, out of 59 teams, there's 11 Wolves. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.